Okay, so this is my video of the Audi A4 2006 TFSI S-Line Quattro that I am currently selling. So I'm just going to do a walk around of the vehicle to take a look at some of the exterior. That's the 18-inch wheels, and they were resprayed about a year ago, so they're in pretty good nick, all of those. The colour is a metallic silver. Obviously I've taped over the reg because I don't want bots looking in on it. And I'm not quite sure if I can get enough of an angle here. There we go. So that generally is the exterior, and you can see more detail in the photos if you want a better look at the exterior. One key, all working. It's got a boot function. The actual markings are worn off, but that's to open, and it's like a double tap to open all the doors, and then lock, and then boot. Okay, so I'm gonna take you through the inside of the vehicle and talk about the car itself, because I've only told you what model it is. This is HPI clear, which is a very critical thing in my opinion. It means that it's got no finance, and more importantly it's got no insurance damage of any description. And you're more than welcome to phone me up, get the reg and do a check, or do an inspection with the AA or RAC. You know, not a problem at all. It is the petrol manual, which in my opinion is the better combination to have. I'm not even sure if they actually make a manual anymore, because they do the funny flappy paddle thing, but this is a 6-speed manual petrol. The MOT has just been done today, so it's got a full 12 months MOT on it, and it passed the MOT no problem at all. It's got 93,000 miles on it, so it has done, for its age, not that many miles. It's 2 owners. I'm the second owner. The first owner did 72,000 miles, and I bought it in 2000 and I want to say 11, but I can't exactly remember. Anyway, I've done about 72, 93, it's just over 20,000 miles on it, so not an awful lot, to be honest with you. It's been treated really well. We've used it as a family car, so it's not done a massive amount of mileage. I suspect in its first use it was for somebody in business that used it as a company car. So yeah, I'm the second owner. The servicing has been done absolutely meticulously. The previous owner has got all of the Audi servicing stamps in the logbook, and I have stamped it with cam belt change. So I've had 2 water pump cam belt changes, and both are marked in the book, and every single year without fail it has had a standard service. So I've changed the oil filter, the air filter, the cabin filter, so it has been treated very well. And you can see all of that in the logbook if you want to you know, see some evidence of that. That is not a problem at all. So I guess I should talk a bit about how it is as a car. I'm actually buying a newer one, so that should give an indication of the fact that I think it's a very good car. It's fantastic. You know, you can't really knock it. It ticks many boxes. I've used it as a family car and it's ideal for that. So, you know, anything you can think of, shopping, weddings, funerals, you know, it's quite happy to tootle about in town without getting too hot under the collar. You know, very well mannered. If you do stick your foot down, it will turn into a bit of a beast. It is very fast. I don't doubt that it's not far off what a new one is. So I've actually driven it in Germany on an autobahn, and it will do 150. So, you know, if you want to drive at that kind of speed on a legal road, then it will drive very quickly, and the acceleration is absolutely phenomenal as well if you do drive it like that, which you know, not many people will, I suppose. And then of course it's four-wheel drive, so it's absolutely fantastic in very bad conditions. I drove it, I think it was about 3 years ago, and we had quite heavy snow. So I'm in the south of England, and it is not often snowing here, but it did snow very heavily then, and it was like water off a duck's back. It really did not worry about it at all, and it was very treacherous conditions. People were only out in Land Rovers and the like, and this thing was quite happy to be out and about. So, you know, it's a real all-rounder, and you know, a fantastic car in my opinion. The fuel economy, I get roughly somewhere between 37 to 42, 43. So it's pretty good. You know, if you don't stick your foot down, it will give you pretty good mileage. Okay, so I'll move on to show a bit of the stuff tech that's kind of in the cabin. Okay, so I'll just switch on. So you can see the main steering wheel's got volume controls and all that standard kind of thing. It has custom fitted cruise control on that side because I really wanted cruise in it. With the Audi MMI, there's a 6 CD changer attached to it, which is a bit old school now, and I've actually got an attachment which is for a smartphone, which I'll show in a minute, because I've actually got to use this phone to plug it in so I can demonstrate it. But I'll show the MMI, which is all working. So the CD would be there. I'm not sure if I've got any CDs in at the moment, but you can access all the CDs there. The Bluetooth interface is there, and you've got sat nav there, so you can
calculating route.
I mean, it's kind of a bit old school really now, but it is there and it does work. You know, it was updated like a few years ago, and you can use it. It's perfectly good, but when you compare it to today's sat navs, I guess it looks like a little bit dated. I'm not quite sure.
Please proceed to the route shown.
I'm not quite sure what's in this one, but we'll go back to radio anyway. So the sound system in the vehicle is actually a Bose sound system. So you can see the little decals are kind of down in the corner there, but it is enormously loud. You can, you know, kill yourself with it. It is so loud, absolutely untrue. There's a very large bass unit in the back of the vehicle on the back shelf, and little satellite speakers that are kind of sat around everywhere. The interior is obviously all leather, and it has, you know, no kind of real bad marks in it at all. You know, generally speaking, the cabin is in very good condition. The seats are actually heated, which is really nice for the winter. You get in and the controls down here kind of switch up, and you can give yourself a bit of warmth whilst you're waiting for the engine to heat up. I should mention actually that there's a little bit of connectivity with the dash from the sat nav, and you can see it's still trying to pick up a little bit from us switching on the sat nav earlier, so it will kind of give you directions from that sat nav there. But I will now show you the way that I use. I've got an iPhone, and I use that for various apps. We use Google Maps on it, as well as Spotify and various other things. So it's like a shorthand way of actually having Apple Car, you know. Okay, so I'll just demo the smartphone cradle. So there's actually like a socket here, and I will attempt to plug this in one-handed, which is a bit tricky. There we go. And this phone that we're looking at here is an iPhone 14, so it doesn't get any newer than this, you know, so it will work with anything. And again, we'll put the power on, just check it's not in gear. There we go, sorry. So okay, and this is actually playing at the moment. It looks like it's in kind of CD on the MMI system, and you access it through that, so you can kind of flick between radio, and now I've come back, it will go into playing CDs if you want to play CDs. But if I go back again, it will now play from the phone, and at the moment it's in Apple Music, because the reception's not brilliant here. Otherwise I could demo you know, kind of Spotify and things like that. So you can see I'm flicking between kind of items there, but you can actually operate Google Maps. So let's go to Doncaster. Directions. Is it going to work? The reception today is absolutely terrible. Well, there we go. So it should come up with a route in the minute, and as you can hear, Apple Music is still playing over the top of it. There we go. No, it's still not done it. Okay, but anyway, that gives you a kind of an idea. You can be on route guidance in Google Maps, and you can still be playing something through like Apple Music or Spotify, and it will turn down the navigation. The navigation will turn down the music so that you can hear the navigation. And you can, you know, any of these apps that work in the phone will then, you know, play music quite happily. I use an app called Plex, which works really well. You know, any of it will do. So basically anything audio wise you can think up through this only works with iPhone, unfortunately. I'm not sure what you do if you've got an Android. I've always had iPhones, so sorry to kind of cut people out there a bit, but I guess you can simply fit the same system. I think it retailed at about £80 or £90, so I'd imagine they'd still be selling it, and you can get yourself an Android system exactly the same and hijack the MMI and use it in the same fashion if you've got Android. So there we go.